Hi guys, I'm here making a video about this one company called Characters for Hire. They have screwed me and multiple people over, and I thought it was important for me to make people aware of what this company is doing because a lot of their workers are silenced and they're not allowed to speak up about what happened with their company. So here I am making this video to warn other folks not to work with this company. Honestly, being a contractor for this company was the worst experience I've ever had with anyone. I'm a freelancer, I'm a special effects artist. I work with multiple people, different budgets, different kind of crowds. So it's like there's a lot that I can take, but the things that I've seen this company do is very alarming, and I feel like people need to speak up a little bit more. In fact, I made a post about this, and I've been overwhelmed with the responses I've been receiving about other people's experiences. They claim that they're the worst people to work for. A lot of them have not even gotten paid. I personally have still not gotten paid, for work I've completed 9 months ago, and apparently this is a very common practice for them. They just don't like paying their workers. So I was not reimbursed for doing makeup. I purchased costumes, wigs, props, contacts, and Uber rides because their events were in the middle of nowhere. I also had to pay my assistant out of my own pocket, and they just never paid me for that. They've had so many negative experiences to the point where they had to resort to finding incentives to get people to write positive reviews. I spoke with several people about this, and they felt that I have a lot of messages of people that said that they felt it was mandatory to write a positive review in order to get paid. They also post advertisements like, oh, if you advertise us, you can get free cash. When it comes to any negative reviews, they take immediate action to bully you to remove it. After I tried to reach out to them with no success because it's impossible to reach them and get them on the phone, I left a review about my experience and that I've never gotten paid, and they didn't like that at all. So within right away, they messaged me in a text message. I have to remove my review that are false within 24 hours, or this will be referred to our legal department for a possible defamation lawsuit. This is not the first time it had happened. I have seen them post very similar responses to other people that wrote a negative review. They told me I cannot get paid unless I sign a form to remove my review, and I cannot speak ill of the company. In fact, here's a clip of the conversation that I've had with Kevin, who is the manager of the company.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have our legal department draw up a letter stating that you will have to remove anything disparaging about the company. You can put a 1 star, but you're going to have to remove all the content.
I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Because a lot of it is just not. It's disparaging. It's not true.
It's my experience, though.
All right, then I can't pay you.
Why is that?
Because I just said you would have to agree, if once you remove and that you're not going to disparage the company in any way, I will agree to cut you a check on Friday.
And that's illegal because this is work I've done 9 months ago, and they still have not paid me, and it's clear that they have no intention to pay me. I understand that if they don't want to hire me for the future because of my review, that's one thing, but withholding payment for work I have completed 9 months ago, pretty sure that's not legal. As I've mentioned, there are several people that are undergoing the same problems with Characters for Hire. In fact, there's another makeup artist who posted her video online about her experience in her phone conversation with Kevin from Characters for Hire. How she kept asking him about her payment that he has not paid her, and he kept delaying it and giving another excuse after excuse. In fact, I reached out to her and tried to listen to her story, and she has some quite alarming stories about what the company did to her. They did the same thing to her as they did to me, whereas they asked her to sign an NDA form so she cannot speak ill of the company, put down her reviews in order to get paid. She refused, and they did not pay her. Even till this day, they have not paid her. You can check out the video on YouTube. It's called Characters for Hire, the company that did not pay me. In fact, when I did talk to the company about this situation, they said it's because she had not filled out certain tax paperwork. They should not have sent her to do the job without her completing such legal forms. The only legal form that I'm aware that was not signed was an NDA form. When I did post a review online on Trustpilot, their response was, "You did not fill out the certain forms that we sent you." They had no problem paying me in the past, but all of a sudden, now that I wrote a negative review, there are certain forms that I have not filled out according to them. They never needed those forms before in order to pay me, and all of a sudden they need them now. I spoke with several people, and in fact, if you look up their name on Google or Yelp, you will see that a lot of people have wrote that they have not gotten paid by this company. And I've also seen certain reviews, so I know that they are purposely removing these reviews. I also am whatever reviews I look at, they are responding saying this is a fake review and we are taking this into a legal matter. I've also scrolled through some of the reviews, and I've seen a lot of those who have left positive reviews, their profiles only say they've only left one review. So that just means the majority of the people that are leaving a review are creating accounts just to write that one positive review. I've also found that their workers, including Angela Moore, who I've been in contact with in order to get me these jobs, she has written a positive review about the company. I was also working under unsafe working conditions. My life was put at risk so they can make a profit. I was thrown into an unmasked, crowded, indoor event more than once. I was promised that proper COVID regulations would be in place, and they weren't. I came down with COVID 3 days after the event and had to miss 2 weeks of work. The girl that was driving me to work and worked at my job, she got COVID from me 2 weeks later, and she was hospitalized for a week. Me and her were the only people that got COVID because me and her were in close proximity when she was driving me to work. She did not deserve that kind of treatment, and neither did I. And I got it right after this event. When I told them about this, they blamed it on me and they said I could have walked out. But knowing how they work, if I left, I would not have gotten paid or reimbursed that day. But joke's on me, because I still haven't gotten paid. I've heard so many horror stories from different folks who refuse to work with them because of the way they handle their business. I've watched them leave their actors stranded, I've watched them dodge their actors' phone calls, and I've seen them not washing costumes after several uses, and I've seen that they've created fake Yelp reviews against their workers out of spite because those workers left bad reviews. I've gotten paid by them in the past, but it was always a nightmare getting paid. When you're working their events, they're always very quick to respond. When it's time to get paid, that's when they start disappearing. They start giving you excuse after excuse. They start saying, "Oh, your payment was sent out." It was not sent out. We're paying you next week. We're paying you in 3 days. We're paying you tomorrow. However, I've waited weeks, months to get paid. At one point, I have worked for them in October and December of 2019. And I've still been pestering them about getting paid for months, and then lockdown happened in March, and that was their excuse to not pay me for another several months. However, if I've worked for them in October or December, and it took them 3 months until lockdown for them to not pay me, doesn't that say something about them? This company has also been sued by Disney because they keep using characters that are licensed. It says Characters for Hire tried using disclaimers how these characters were not associated with Disney, Marvel, or Lucasfilm. In fact, if you go on Characters for Hire website, you will see that they advertise that they do not do licensed characters. However, I've been paid and brought on to do characters such as the Grinch, Chucky, Jack and Sally, and several others. This was more than one occasion, and they continue to keep doing this. This company is developing an awful reputation of not paying their workers and mistreating their staff. They really need to look into the Freelancers Act, where freelancing is not free. They're taking advantage of a lot of hardworking people who are just trying to make it in the industry. Please beware of this company, for they are scammers. Do not work for them. They will take advantage of you, and they will not pay you. This company is ruthless. Do not let them get away with this behavior. They are trying to create a false representation of how they work by bullying and silencing independent artists from speaking up about their experiences. They claim everything you say is fake and try to scare you from speaking up. People in this industry talk, and this is not how you treat people who work for your company. Anyway, thanks for listening, and remember, always stand up for yourself whenever you sense something shady is going on. Have a great day, guys.